Yo, it's Zero, and this will be the final part of the Saiyan What If. I'm glad you all stuck around to see how the series would end. I will make a movie for this series later, but I don't know the exact date of that, so make sure that you subscribe so that you know when it drops on my channel. All my links to my intro music, my Discord, and my second channel are down below as always. So, without any more wait at all, let's get started.
Go, let's get it. I'm a trapping fanatic, that shit automatic, so I cannot turn it on or off. Bitches all on my dick, then she hop on my dick, I'm like, why you keep hopping on and off? Yo, bitch all on my dick, she be doing the most, I tell her, little bitch, she so extra. And my gun up on me, but not run up on me, niggas, they wanna fight, they some wrestlers.
The masked man would then vanish from the Leaf Village, and Sasuke is thrown into their prison until Naruto would return, as he would go back to the meeting and is told to go to an island with the 8 tails Jinchuriki. This is the way that the remaining Akatsuki members can't get their hands on these 2 tailed beasts. Yes, I said 2 because there are 3 remaining, as Gaara, well, he was captured but his tailed beast wasn't extracted due to how fast that Naruto was able to, rescue him. Naruto doesn't know this is the reason, and believes he's going to this island to surpass Super Saiyan 2, although he does have some ideas in mind already. On the island, a full moon would appear, and here is where Naruto fully masters the Great Ape transformation, as he hasn't had much time to do so. So much so that he wants to combine it with another form, Super Saiyan. Naruto goes on to practice this for a couple days until, he goes into a strange room. But Killer B suggests that he masters some of the 9 tails power as well. Naruto dives deep into his mind, releasing the beast from its gate, which begins their fight instantly as the tail beast would roar at Naruto. Naruto flies around, shooting ki blasts at Kurama that are deflected by the tails. Naruto rushes in and tries to pull back his arm, throwing a punch that sends the tail beast to the ground. Kurama uses another one of his tails to send Naruto flying, injuring him in the process. While this was going on the outside, Naruto's hair began to rise, as he would transform into a Super Saiyan to fight the 9 tails. I can't let you win that easily. Naruto forms a giant Rasengan in his hand and sends it at Kurama. The tail beast believed that it could be blocked, but this attack sends it back. As Naruto sees this as his chance, it makes a bunch of clones that would try to steal the power of the 9 tails. However, it began corrupting him, as this is where he not only meets Kushina, but Minato as well. Naruto knows who they are. It's his family. The 2 parents talk to Naruto, and Minato questions him about Super Saiyan, as Naruto stands up. Actually, I found a level beyond that as well. On the outside, Yamato and Killer B watch as Naruto transforms into a Super Saiyan 2, which blows them away. Minato questions if there's a level beyond this one, and Naruto nods, saying he has not yet mastered it, but he has tapped into it on several occasions. Minato understands this, and Kushina wishes Naruto luck in defeating the 9 tails. Naruto gains his focus once again, and he would defeat the 9 tails, gaining the base KCM. He opens his eyes, now with a Super Saiyan state, stacked with KCM. This power was something that he couldn't have predicted. He's so much stronger than Super Saiyan 2. But this power, it can't last forever. While these events were going on, Sasuke Uchiha was freed by Team Heavy. They would go on to participate in the war in their own ways. Back with Naruto, he begins his fight with Kisame, who was hiding in the sword of Killer B. Naruto leaves the island with Killer B, flying all the way to the shore, where they will be stopped by Tsunade and the 4th Raikage, or the 3rd, I can't exactly remember. Naruto shows off each form of Super Saiyan, and then starts to go beyond Super Saiyan 2. When Tsunade sees this, she stops him and tells him that the 2 of them can just continue on. Because of how early they are, Naruto is able to send clones to more battlefields quicker, meaning that the 7 swordsmen, when they do appear in front of Kakashi, a clone of Naruto does as well. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here to help as much as I can. Over with Gaara and the other Kage, clones of Naruto begin to help each of them, as we wouldn't see a change in the war arc until Killer Bee and Naruto run into the masked man. Naruto headbutts him, cracking his mask, as he would then jump back, sending out a huge wave of ki at the Three-Tails Jinchuriki. Naruto then dodges lava from another, and Killer Bee sends that one flying. Naruto teleports behind the masked man and slashes across his back, drawing blood, but the masked man then tries to grab Naruto, who would vanish again, as he would transform into a Super Saiyan 2, and the masked man would send all the Jinchuriki at him. Even though they may be equal, all together, Naruto took each one of them down individually, and right when the masked man thought he had an opportunity to take the tail beast from Naruto, Naruto screamed out, "Kaioken!" The red orb burst out and sends out a burst of ki that destroys him completely. This move was done so sudden and in such a wide range of attack that it killed him instantly. Think of this attack sort of like Majin Vegeta trying to kill Majin Buu. Naruto stands in a crater exhausted from this battle, but continued on as the war was still far from over. Over with Gaara, Madara had appeared, and a Naruto clone stepped up to fight him. However, the real Naruto would appear as well. So that's him, the shinobi that could contend against the first Hokage. He's all mine. I hope you don't mind, Gaara. The Kazekage would just shake his head no, saying that Naruto can have it, but if it seems as if he's in trouble, they're gonna step in. Naruto's Saiyan blood then begins to boil as he flies over at Madara. Oh, a Saiyan. Well, it has been quite some time since I ripped off one of their tails. Naruto gets face to face with Madara and the two trade punches. Naruto fights him in base, obviously losing, so he goes into Kaioken. This was better, but still wasn't even enough. Mind you, this was a Madara without his Rinnegan. Naruto then cranks it up to Super Saiyan, and he starts to get more hits in, but Madara stops. Fight me in your most powerful form. If that's what you want, then I'll do it. Naruto calms down, going into his base. This is Super Saiyan, as you've previously seen. And this is a level beyond, Super Saiyan 2. Electricity then begins to spark around Naruto even further as he begins powering up. Longer hair, and a more serious face. I'd hate to rush this fight, but have to end it fast if I transform this far. Naruto then keeps powering up, and he goes into Super Saiyan 3. He speeds past Madara, ripping off his arm, shocking him. As he turns around, he sees a beamed Rasengan, but it was absorbed by something. He looks back at Madara to now see his purple eyes. The Rinnegan. That's not good at all. Naruto keeps going and puts his body on the line as he uses Kaioken for a split second to increase his speed and hit Madara. But the shinobi shows off a Susanoo, as Naruto looks at it and decides there's only one way for him to counter it. He creates a ball of light in his hand and then throws it in the sky while expanding his palm. He goes into his base state and then looks at it as he would transform into a great ape. He's in control though, as he shoots beam after beam at Madara, who isn't phased. Naruto then adds Super Saiyan on top of his great ape form, and this is where he starts to rage out, but he remembers his family, and this is what causes a new transformation to be born. Naruto appears with his black hair and dark orange fur around his body. This was different, he would think to himself. It's much stronger than anything else up to this point that I've done. My stamina, it isn't going down fast like with Super Saiyan 3. Naruto would be looking at his hands, wondering if this was truly himself. Could he always do this? If this was so, he should have unlocked this way easier. He then looks towards Madara, who was confused as well, and then he teleports inside his Susanoo and kicks the Uchiha out of it, flying straight at him. This time, he rips out each of his eyes and starts to beat him up until he destroys his body. Naruto stands back on the rock, looking over at the Shinobi Alliance, as many of the revived Shinobis begin to fade away, and this was due to the Uchiha brothers defeating Kabuto. And with no Obito or Madara, the war would end here, after the defeat of all the white Zetsu. Here, Orochimaru isn't revived either, so Sasuke decides that he'll go into hiding until he's strong enough to defeat Naruto. Naruto looks on at all the people cheering for him as he would smile. The power of Super Saiyan 4 would then fade from his body as he goes back into his base state, falling over, exhausted, wondering if there could be a strength beyond this one as well.